Do you feel like you're barely keeping your head above water? That no matter how hard you try, meaningful progress remains out of reach? Heather gets that. She battled an eating disorder for years before seeking help. Now in recovery, Heather is here to tell you that positive change is possible even when it doesn't feel that way. Join her as she shares openly about her struggles and small triumphs. Fair warning though, Heather doesn't hold back. Her candid story may trigger some. But for those wanting honesty, hope, and healing, this is 1% Better with Heather.
Hey there, my little gaffers, and welcome to 1% Better with Heather. On this episode, we are going to be talking faith. Right off the bat, I want to say I'm not here to preach to anybody or anything along those lines. That is not me. But I will say, in June of 2022, when I got admitted into the hospital, I saw a team of doctors. And I had a 2-week notice, so to speak. I had 2 weeks to keep staying on this planet. And actually, they said to me, we don't even know how you're here right now. In that moment, I started praying to anybody who was listening. I didn't care. Finding a higher power in any sort of recovery, eating disorder recovery, is at the top of the list. You need to believe in something. It helps so much when you lie down the sword and surrender and just say, freaking Jesus, take the wheel. Thank you, Carrie Underwood. You have to. You have to. It's too much. It's too much to stay in your head and fight this. You got to hand it over to something. I don't care if you believe in your cat at this point, but you got to let it go. I was at my rock bottom. Actually, I was in my grave. And the only way out was either the stairway to heaven, which, let's face it, I'm not going there. I'll be like in the waiting room. I'll be waiting room adjacent. I wouldn't even get into the waiting room. Let's just be honest. Or I could fight my way out and give it over to God. There was one person that helped me through all this, and if you are interested, please go look her up. Her name is Bianca Oloth. Hope I said her last name right. She is amazing. She is a preacher out of Orange County. I love how she delivers the word because it's funny. She's like me. She says it like she means it. And it's in this era, not like a gazillion years ago. And I appreciate her. She got me through a lot of dark days. And her video clips are very quick. You can find her on Instagram and on TikTok. But I can't thank her enough for that. When I was in a dark place, and there were days where I thought, yeah, maybe the stairway isn't that bad. I can't believe I'm admitting that, but it's true. You have to fight. You have to fight hard. You're worth everything. People love you, and they want you here. You're worthy, you are loved, you are enough. Fight. I can't say this enough. Lay down the sword. Lay down the sword. Hand it over. That is when the new
That's all for this episode of 1% Better. To continue the conversation, head over to our website at www.1percentbetter.ca, where you can access more stories and resources. We'd also love it if you subscribed and left us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And remember, friends, progress takes patience, perspective, and sometimes a little help from people who get it. So be kind to yourself and others as we work to get 1% better every day. We'll see you back here next week.